Hello students, welcome to Programming with C and C++ online classes. Today, today I am going to explain about the concept is type conversion. In C programming, one of the most important concept is type conversion. So now in this session, what is type conversion and where we have to use the type conversion. So how to use the type conversion, all those things step by step in this session I would like to explain for you. And now let us start our session. Okay. Type conversion, and I am increasing the zoom, then only it is visible for you. Yeah, this is better vision. Now the concept is type conversion. Type conversion is also called type casting. Type conversion is also called type casting. Type casting means it is converting one data type to from one data type to another data type. It is converting from one data type to another data type, and it is called data conversion and type conversion, and it is also called yes data conversion or type conversion. Actually, in the last class we have completed about the data types concept. Am I correct or not? So what is the use of data type? If you want to allocate any memory, if you want to allocate memory for any variable or any function, data types are very useful. Without data type, we can't create any variable and we can't create any function in our C program. Even without data type, we can't do the program. We can't do the programming. So that is the importance of data type. Sometimes one data type to from one data type to another data type conversion is also occurred in our programs. It is also called as a data conversion or type conversion. It is also called as a data conversion and also type conversion. And here, if it is a bank account, in the bank account I want to create one variable. By using short data type. Salary is the variable. In my bank account, balance is my variable. So if I started with the 500 rupees, with the 500 rupees I have opened the bank account. This is least amount, opening amount. So in my account I have 500 rupees balance only while I am opening time. Okay, while my bank account opening time is, my bank balance is 500, that is account opening cost. Okay, after that, after some days over, in running way the bank account is same now. After that, in my account I want to deposit 1 crore. Okay, 1 crore of amount I want to deposit. While opening time my bank balance is 500. With the 500 amount I have opened this bank account. Okay, then in my account my bank balance is 500 rupees has deposited while opening time. After a few days over, I want to deposit 1 crore of amount into my account. So while creating time, what is the data type here? Short data type. Short data type range is what? Unsigned short if you use. Unsigned data type is I use it while creating time. Okay, in that time short data type range is what? 65,536 amount it can use. Carefully observe here. What is the range of data type? What is the range of data type? Here I opened. All of you carefully observe. Signer short 32,767 it can support. This is signer short. Okay. Unsigned short means actually basically we are using the signed short. Okay. Signed short. Unsigned rarely we have to use because of it can support only positive values. That's why sometimes our bank balance is also should have to maintain negative balance. Minus balance also it should have to maintain. So in that case, if you use the unsigned data type, it is not useful. Okay. So that's why signed is regularly used data type. Signed keyword is regularly used data type. Signed short I use it. If you haven't placed anything in this place, automatically by default the compiler will place the signed before the short data type. Okay. Here while opening time short data type I have used nothing but it is called signed short. If you haven't placed anything also before the short data type, automatically while compiling time the compiler will place the signed keyword before short data type. So this means if you use short means it is internally converted into a signed short. Okay. Now while opening time 500 rupees amount I have deposited in my bank balance, my bank account. So then my bank balance is 500. After a few days over, I want to deposit 1 crore of amount into my bank account. So then here the range is what? For the short data type range is what? 32,767 up to 32,767 it can support. But here the amount is what? 1 crore of amount. Nothing but a big digit, big number digits we have here. Around 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 digits I have used it. This is so this is 1 crore of amount. Now I want to save in my, now I want to deposit in my bank account. So then short data type is not sufficient now because of that short data type range is what here? How much? 32,767 only it can support to store the number. To store the number 32,767. This is the range. But if you want to save 1 crore of amount, short data type is not sufficient now. In that case, we need to increase the data type. In that time, we need to increase the data type. So in that case, we have to use int data type range is what here. After that we have to see the int data type range now. Signed int 32,767. So not sufficient. Then long data type we need to create. So this much amount it can support. This much value it can support. So how many digits we have? There are lot of number. I mean there is a big number. It is the biggest number. It can support by the long data type. Okay. Biggest data type it can support the long data type. Again I want to create one more balance, account balance I want to create. Account underscore balance variable I have created. After that I want to assign it the previous variable to here, BALANCE, the previous balance variable I have assigned it. So here it is a short data type now. It is a long data type. Short data type is a small range of data type. Long data type is a higher range of data type. Short data type can support only 32,767 amount. Okay, but long data type around this much size of big number it can support. Okay, so that's why this value I have assigned it. I mean this variable again it has assigned it to this one. So now the account balance is can support this much value now. Now the account balance. So ACC underscore balance it can support this much amount along with this 500 also. Along with this 500 also. Nothing but the total amount is after what it will get. So last 3 digits 500. Okay. 1 crore and 500. 1 crore 500 amount I have deposited. I have in my account. I have the balance in my account. So here, if this type of conversion is called automatic conversion. Short data type value can support long data type. Okay. Here I have shown one diagram. Carefully observe. Carefully observe what I'm going to tell with you here. Here there are two types of casting. First one is implicit casting. Second one is explicit casting. Sometimes the data type range is also we need to increase. In that case, we can use the casting. Okay, short data type variable can assign with the large data type variable now. So that means before the data type value, before we have used short data type. So after we have used, after assigning this balance to long data type variable, nothing but here it can support around a big digit. A big digit it can support to store the value. Then only you have a chance to credit the 1 crore of amount. Otherwise you can't deposit. So sometimes this type of requirements, this type of data type conversions is also occurred in our program, and this is real time example. Actually, you please try to concentrate on this. If you want to store any big digit, so in that case we need to use a big data type. So directly if you use the you have a doubt right now. So before using short data type, directly you can use the long data type. Again, this much process we have to do. So this much this type of doubts you will get. Am I correct or not? So here I will clarify your doubt here. Short data type allocation range is how much? Memory allocation range is what? 2 bytes. But for the long, 8 bytes of memory. So every time if you deposit or not, if you deposit, it may be a deposit or it may not be a deposit by you. Okay, if you have if you have any big amount, then you can deposit, no problem, you may deposit. But if you don't have, in that time also 8 bytes of memory it can occupy. It is a wasting of time, it is a wasting of memory. While executing time, it will occupy extra memory. It is a burden for the processor. Okay, to avoid this type of, every time if you want to execute your bank account, every time 8 bytes of memory it will occupy in the RAM memory only for the balance variable. So that is insufficient. The processor has taken by the burden also. So to avoid this type of burdens, first we need to create the short data type with the small value. Short data type with the 2 bytes of memory it can occupy for the balance variable. Because of up to 32,767 amount it can support. So if you want to increase this amount, then you need to change the data type. You need to change the data type. Because of in the bank, for example, if you take the State Bank of India, it can have a number of accounts, it can have a number of customers. So all are using the same application. So while executing time, each and every person can execute with the 8 bytes of memory. It is wasting memory. It is always wasting memory. So the processor also taking the burden. So to avoid all type of burdens, first we need to take the short data type. Because of it will occupy 2 bytes of memory, up to 32,767 amount it can store in that. But if you want to increase, if you want to deposit more amount, more than 32,767, if you want to deposit in your account, then you need to increase the data type. So in the real time, then you need to change the data type for the balance variable. How you can change? By introducing one more variable. After that, you need to assign before variable to present variable. Here account balance is long type variable. So account balance value is what? Balance variable. This one. So balance data type is what? Short data type. After assigning this value, nothing but this 500 amount here transfer to here only. So the account long data type account balance variable, it can support a big digit of number. Then only you can deposit the 1 crore of amount. Otherwise you can't deposit. If you deposit also, if the data type will not support, then this amount will lost by you. Okay, because of the programming. So in that time we need to introduce the long data type also. Because of long data type can support the big size of number. Short data type can support a small size of number. So that's why sometimes we need to increase the data types in the real time. So this is called a type conversion. From one data type to another data type conversion is called type conversion, and also call it typecasting. Here first we have to see the definition. Type conversion is also called typecasting. Typecasting means it is converting from one data type to another data type. It is converting from one data type to another data type. It is also called data conversion and also type conversion. There are two types of castings. What are they? First one is implicit casting. Second one is explicit casting. First one is implicit casting. Second one is explicit casting. So now we have to know about the implicit casting. So implicit casting means it is converting lower data type to higher data type. It is converting lower data type to higher data type. Here I given one example diagram. Carefully see, all of you look at the screen. So here the diagram is given. Implicit type conversion means a small data type to upper data type and big data types we are converting. Boolean is also small data type. Character is also one of the small data type. Like in this process, so from Boolean to long double we can convert at as per our requirement. And Boolean is nothing but true or false, it can store in that. In C language, 0 is false, 1 is true. So that is the values of Boolean values. Okay, right. And character data type, short int data type, signed int, long, short int, unsigned int, long, unsigned, long. Actually, long data type is also there, but according to our syllabus, I have explained only about the long data type. You don't think about all those things. There are number of data types you have, okay? And float data type, double data type, long data type. So coming to the Boolean data type is small data type, character is a character data type. Compared to Boolean data type and character data type both are having the same size. After that, short integer can occupy 2 bytes of memory, and Boolean value and character data type, it can support only 1 byte of memory. And coming to the short int, it can occupy 2 bytes of memory, and coming to the int, it can occupy 2 bytes of memory or 4 bytes of memory. It depends on operating system, okay? And unsigned is also 2 bytes of memory or 4 bytes of memory. Long, it can occupy 8 bytes of memory, and similar to float data type occupied 4 bytes of memory, double occupied 8 bytes of memory. Understood? So long double is also 16 bytes of memory it can occupy internally. So this is called the hierarchy of lower data type to higher data type conversion, and this type of conversion is called implicit type conversion. Now we have to see the theory points here. Implicit casting means it is converting lower data type to higher data type. Actually there are two types of conversions: implicit type casting and also explicit type casting. So now implicit casting we have to learn, and after that implicit casting explanation is over, and again implicit type casting explanation is over. Again you need to learn explicit type conversion. So first, implicit casting means it is converting lower data type to higher data type, nothing but small data type to big data type it is converting. So that process is called implicit casting. Implicit type conversion happens automatically when a value is copied to its compatible data type. Here I already told you one example. It is a short data type and it is a long data type, but both are related to number related data types. So short data type balance variable, I have a chance to assign with the long data type because of this range available in the long data type is also. Actually carefully observe here, data types. Short data type range is what? 32,767 it can support, but long data type this much amount it can support. So 9223372036854775807, this much lengthy of numbers it can support. Okay, so that means this number is also available within the range so there is no problem to assign this variable to this variable to this variable, so there is no loss of data. Short data type range is also available in big data type also. In big data type range is also contained short data type range also. Okay, so that is the process, this one. So if the operands are two different data types, then an operand having lower data type is automatically converted into higher data type. If the operands are two different data types, then an operand having lower data type is automatically converted into higher data type. Higher data type. Carefully observe here. For example, short x equal to 10 and long y equal to x. If you assign like this, so short data type is also can support 32,767, but long data type is also a big number it can support. That means this data type we can store in this data type only na. So it can automatically support by the long data type, because of long data type contain this range also, and also extra range also it can support. Extra range it can also support to store the value. Understood? But long data type value it cannot support by the short data type to store the value, because of, carefully observe here, short data type range is 32,761, long data type this much amount. So nothing but here 5 digits we have, up to 5 digits it can support. If you, I mean sorry, it's not a digit format. 32,767 range is also available this in this range na. So similar to, I want to store this big size number to short data type, so it cannot support, because of here this range is this much. Okay, this much is it can store, and remaining value it will lost by the data. So that's why short data type variable we also can assign to the big data type variable, so then it can support the big data type. But coming to the long data type range, if you have the big number, then short data type will not support. Okay, here the definition is what? Implicit type conversion. Yes, lower data type to higher data type conversion is called implicit casting. But here we can easily convert without losing any data. Here we can easily convert without losing any data. And developer C++ I am opening, control N, hash include stdio .h, and this is implicit type conversion. Implicit type conversion demo. Header file I included, wired main, here opening bracket, closing bracket, and short x equal to 32,767 I have assigned it. Now long x equal, sorry, long y equal to long x equal to x. So now I want to print the variable, printf %d comma x y. Now I want to print the y value, so it can automatically assign, there is no problem. So 1.c is my file name, save as type is all files. Now I am compiling, so 0 errors and 0 warnings, compilation successful, control F10. So that value it is printing na, long data type variable it is printing short data type value. And here now I want to show one thing, reverse process. Now I am removing this one, reverse process. So long data type value is what? Long data type variable is x right now. Now I want to paste this entire number to here. So this much value I want to store in long, and after that I want to store long data type x variable, I want to store into short data type. Is it working properly or not? Now you have to see. Function F9. So it is showing warning, overflow in implicit constant conversion. It is overflow because of short data type range is what, China? 32,767. Here long data type value is what? This much number it cannot support for the data type, short data type. If you want to execute this one, -1 it is showing, that means it is a garbage value, it cannot support by the data type. So that is the meaning of implicit type conversion. If you want to store short range of data into high range of data type, so that is called implicit type conversion. Understood? Implicit type conversion. If you want to store a small data type range value to higher data type, there is no problem. It can automatically, the data will save. But if you want to save a long data type value to short data type, and if the value is within the range, then there is no problem. If the value is out of the range, then it will show the error like this. Okay, right. Now implicit typecasting is over now. Implicit typecasting is over. Now explicit typecasting. Here all of you carefully observe the diagram I have shown. Lower data type to higher data type conversion is called explicit type conversion. Now we have to see the definition. Explicit casting means it is converting higher data type to lower data type. For example, if you want to convert a float data type to int data type, then here we will lose the fraction part, because of int data type is not support to the store fraction values. Integer data type is not support to store fraction values, but sometime in our programming it may also require. So this is forced type conversion. Here automatic conversion is not possible. For that, to do this type conversion, here casting operator must be required. Casting operator must be required. So while using implicit typecasting, there is no requirement of casting operator. But explicit casting, we must have to use the casting operator. So that is the difference between implicit and explicit. Explicit typecasting means what? Higher data type to lower data type conversion. Okay, higher data type to lower data type conversion. Carefully observe here. This is explicit type conversion demo. Hash include stdio.h. Now void main opening bracket closing bracket. Here carefully observe. Here I am doing explicit typecasting. Int x equal to 10. Int x equal to 10. And again one more variable, same type of variable. Int y equal to 4. Int y equal to 4. And now I am getting float value and float data type. Float z equal to x by y. Now what is the output we will get? Now we have to see. Printf %f, because of z value I want to print. So z type is what? Float type. So that's why %f operator format specifier I have used it here. Now x and y division value is, so now I want to print this message. So 2.c I am using all files. Save as step is all files. Now I am compiling. Shortcut key I have pressed here. Don't think about how I am compiling. F9 key I have pressed. Okay. Now I want to execute by pressing F10 key. So x and y division value is 2.0. Is that right answer? 10 by 4, how much value you will get? 10 by 4. Calculator I am opening. 10 by 4. So the value is 2.5. But the output is showing what? 2.0000. So that is wrong output, because of the fraction part has missed. Here the fraction part has missed. After point, what is the fraction part we have? Nothing but 0.5 we have now. So that 0.5 it has missed. What is the reason here? Here we haven't used it. We haven't used any casting operator. So carefully observe. Here 10 value is what? X variable, Y variable, both are which type? Int data type. Int data type functionality is what here? If you want to store any whole numbers, for that we need to use the int data type. But after calculation 10 by 4, we are getting only interrelated data. After interrelated data we are getting, but interrelated data means before the point fraction what is the value it has, that is it can calculate it, but after point value it can ignore it by the int data type. Because of int data type functionality, it can store only numbers, not a fraction part. If you want to maintain a fraction part, in that case we need to use the float data type. Okay, so here x by y, after calculation only that int type of data it can store into the z variable, but based on this data type z variable can give the 0.0000 fractions it is showing, but here we are losing the data 0.5, we are losing the data. So if you want to maintain that fraction part is also, if you don't want to lose the data, then in that case here you can use the casting operator. Here z variable type is what? Float data type. So compulsory here two functional brackets we have to use, that z related data type we have to mention here. If it is a int data type, then in between these functional brackets you need to use the int data type. So here the z type is what? Float data type. Now I want to maintain that fraction part is also, so that's why float casting operator we are using. So this entire within the functional brackets what is the data type we have used, so that part is called casting operator. Casting operator. Now I am saving this one. Again I want to compile this one. Yeah, compiled successfully. Now I am pressing execution F10 key. So 2.5 it is maintaining now. So in that case we need to use the casting operator. So this is called explicit type conversion. Sometimes this type of conversions is also possible, especially bank databases, they are maintaining explicit typecasting, because of if the fraction part lost by any customer, so the bank will lose a lot of amount, because of SBI contain how many customers much in a, there are number of customers, we have huge amount of customers, so each and every person contain a fraction part value. So all fraction part is, if you combine like that, if you total like that, then how much amount you will get? Crores of amount you will get. So if you are not maintaining in your database like this explicit type conversion, then that much amount we will lose by the data types. So compulsory we need to use the explicit casting operators here also. So then only that fraction part is also should have to maintain by the software. Otherwise you can't maintain. Then you lost by the amount. Okay. So that is the process of explicit typecasting. So there are two types of castings we have. First one is implicit casting. Second one is explicit casting. So for the implicit casting there is no casting operator not required. But for the explicit casting compulsory we must have to use casting operator. And what is the difference between implicit casting and explicit casting? In the implicit casting, lower data type to higher data type conversion, but there is no requirement of casting operator. But coming to the explicit casting, here the higher data type to lower data type, here we will lose the data, because of we are not using if you haven't used any explicit casting operator, compulsory we have to lose the data. So to avoid all those type of errors, here we must have to use the explicit typecasting operator, nothing but like this. Here int data type is small range, float data type is big range. Okay, so it is converting x by y, these two variables interrelated. So now I am converting to float data type. So that's why the float casting operator I have used it. Okay, then only the fraction part have to maintain in our program. Then here I am not losing any data. Before I haven't used this float data type here, then 2.0 I got, because of the fraction part I have ignore it and I have leave it. The data has lost by the software. So if I use casting operator here, then the fraction part is also have to maintain by the program. So that is the advantage of typecasting and type conversions. So compulsory these two types of conversion we have to know, and this is also very important question. You must have to get an awareness on this and better to practice, then only you can understood. Without casting operator, with casting operator, you must need to develop one program and execute, then only you will get correct awareness. And today I am going to ending this session, and tomorrow I will explain with the new concept. And thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this session.